Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we continue following the tense developments in the story of LyTuDiep and James. In the previous episode, James made a bold move. He suddenly turned the situation around, convincing Phat to switch sides and stand with him against Mr Hoan, James's biological father. This unexpected shift not only changed the balance of power, but also caused long-hidden secrets to begin to crumble. What will this new alliance between James and Phat lead to? Will Diep be dragged into an even deeper whirlpool of this power struggle? And most importantly, how will Mr Hoan react when his own son stands up against him? Everything will be revealed in today's video. Make sure to watch until the end so you do not miss any important details. Diep had been busy from morning until late afternoon, barely having a moment to rest. She walked across the farm with a notebook in hand, giving instructions one after another. One team was to pick grapefruit in the eastern garden. Another team sorted them by size for transport, while the truck crew prepared to head to the warehouse before nightfall. The farm buzzed with the sounds of workers, baskets clattering, and the soft warmth of late afternoon sunlight. As she walked, Diep inspected each row of trees, occasionally bending down to remove any damaged fruit so it would not mix with the shipment. Her hands moved quickly, but her phone rang non-stop. Every call meant another task, assigning workers, confirming quantities, scheduling the next day, and reminding the warehouse team to receive the goods on time. Amid the rustic atmosphere of the farm, Diep looked like a woman carrying the weight of everything alone. No one could truly see how exhausted her slender shoulders had become. All they knew was that she kept pushing forward, holding everything together even as pressure threatened to swallow her whole. That afternoon, as the workers began packing up and the noise gradually faded, the farm returned to its usual peaceful quiet. But through that calm, a figure walked slowly toward the gate, steps heavy, as if burdened by worry. It was Phat. Even from afar, Diep recognized him immediately. His dark shirt had faded, the shoulders wrinkled, and he held his old helmet tightly as if it were the only thing anchoring him. His face was noticeably thinner, eyes sunken, cheeks hollow. Though he tried to smile when he saw her, the anxiety in his eyes could not be hidden. Diep had been counting baskets, but the moment she saw him, she set her notebook aside and hurried over. "Phat. You do not look well. Did something happen?" The gentle question made him blink several times, trying to steady himself. Inside the house, James had just changed his shirt and was about to join Diep outside when he heard an unfamiliar voice. The moment he saw Phat, he paused. His gaze sharpened for a second, an instinctive reaction to someone tied to the chaos in his family, but then softened. There was no longer suspicion between them. Only respect, and a fragile but genuine trust. Phat took a deep breath, gathering his thoughts before speaking. "I came because there is something I need to tell both of you." His voice was not loud, but it was enough to sweep away the calm around them. Diep looked at him, tension rising in her eyes, while her hands tightened unconsciously in front of her. James remained silent beside her, but his expression shifted, ready to face whatever he was about to hear. Phat spoke slowly, each word heavy. "Recently, I managed to gather some evidence of Mr Hoan's wrongdoing. But it is not enough yet. There are still missing pieces. If we bring it forward now, it will not be enough to conclude anything." The air seemed to freeze around them. Even a subtle accusation aimed at James's own father was enough to steal the stillness of the moment. James did not get angry. He did not deny anything. The only change was in his eyes, a quiet acceptance of a painful truth he had sensed all along. Diep glanced at him, more worried for James than anyone else. But he simply nodded, signaling Phat to continue. The setting sun cast long shadows of all three across the courtyard, merging strangely, as if the three of them were standing on the same battlefield. After a moment, James asked, calm but tinged with concern, "What about your mother? How is her health?" Phat's expression collapsed instantly. He turned his face slightly away, wiping at it unsuccessfully. He took a shaky breath. "The doctor said she needs emergency surgery. The cost is 600 million. Diep pressed a hand to her chest. James straightened, tension rising through his posture. Phat continued. "I borrowed from relatives, from friends. I pawned everything I could. But..." His voice cracked. "It is still not enough. I have no other way." His shoulders trembled slightly, like a child fighting tears. In that moment, Diep realized that no matter how strong she was, she would not be able to stand firm if she were in his place. James said nothing. He turned and walked into the house, quickly and decisively. Diep did not know what he intended, but her heart told her he had already made up his mind. A few minutes later, he returned with a thick envelope. Without hesitation, he placed it into Phat's hands. His voice was steady, calm but firm. "There is 500 million in here. Take it. Save your mother first." Phat stared at the envelope in disbelief. He immediately stepped back. "No. I cannot accept this, it is too much." James cut in, voice firm but never cold. "Consider it a loan. When you can repay, repay. If it takes years, then years. I will not rush you." He looked directly into Phat's eyes, resolute. "The most important thing is your mother. You cannot let her wait." His words broke through whatever resistance was left in Phat's heart. Phat bowed deeply, hands trembling around the envelope. After a long moment, he whispered, "James, I owe you, not just money, but a debt of gratitude." James placed a hand on his shoulder. "I am helping you because you deserve to be helped. You are a good man. A devoted son. You did not abandon your mother, and that is enough." Then his tone grew more serious. "But I need you to help me with something in return." Phat lifted his head, eyes still wet, but steadier. James said, "I need you to continue monitoring Mr. Hoan. But remember, only collect evidence. Only document misconduct. Do not break the law. And do not harm anyone." Diep nodded beside him. She did not seek revenge. She only wanted the truth to come to light. Phat looked at both of them and finally nodded firmly. "I understand. We are not trying to hurt anyone. We are only seeking justice." A gentle breeze swept across the courtyard, lifting a few dry leaves into the air. In that moment, the three of them, each carrying their own wounds and burdens, stood united on the same side. Not driven by hatred. Not driven by vengeance. But because they knew one thing. Only the truth can set them free. That afternoon, when the sunlight had softened, Diep was still caught in an endless cycle of small chores around the farm. She pulled each loose wooden fence panel back into place, sometimes using her whole body weight just to anchor it to the ground. Once that was done, she bent down to gather scattered stones, arranging them neatly into a pathway so the ground would not become slippery when it rained. Sweat gathered on her forehead, clinging to the strands of hair by her cheek. Her shirt was already stained with dirt, but Diep's eyes remained steady and determined. No one could see how tired she truly was. They only saw a woman working tirelessly, carrying strength far greater than her frame. She had just finished tidying the garden when she had to run inside, change her shirt, and rush out again to pick up little Nee. Everything happened so quickly, as if she was never allowed even a single moment to pause. But every step she took reflected the love and responsibility of a mother doing everything she could for her child. When she returned, James was already waiting at the door, holding a box of roasted duck, the one he had promised to buy for me. The aroma drifted out, and Nee squealed with delight. "James, you really bought it." James crouched down to meet her eyes. "Did you behave well at school today? Did you get your good child sticker?" Nee giggled, shaking the box of duck excitedly. "Yes. And my teacher told us a Doraemon story today. And Pikachu too. Pikachu is so cute, James." Her cheerful little voice filled the house with a warmth that felt almost unreal, like a real family, where everyone had a place and a bond that connected them. Diep stood watching them, and a smile slowly curved at the corner of her lips. In that moment, all the exhaustion she carried seemed to melt away. After playing with Nee for a while, James quietly walked around the house. He noticed every small detail. The newly secured fence, the path Diep had arranged, the tools she had not yet had time to put away. He paused for a long moment, watching her rinse her hands under the faucet. Those hands had been working not just for herself, but for both of them, for so long. James stepped closer, his voice gentle but completely sincere. "Without me, you would still live well." He paused for a moment before adding, slow and firm, "But if I am here, your life will be even better." The words fell softly, but carried enough weight to make Diep freeze. Her eyes widened slightly, her heart catching in her chest. It was not a grand promise. It was not the kind of overprotective care that had once caused pain. It was simply a man choosing to stay, choosing to share the burden, choosing to walk beside her. Diep lifted her gaze. James looked back. Their eyes met, no tension, no hesitation, no misunderstanding lingering between them. Something unspoken seemed to loosen quietly in that moment. A warm silence settled over the small courtyard. And in that silence, without needing to say anything more, a new chapter quietly began. The night before, in the small house lit only by a warm yellow lamp on the wall, little Nee stirred in her uneasy sleep. A sliver of soft light slipped through the doorway, making her blink awake. Not seeing her mother beside her, Nee hugged her slightly worn doll and toddled out into the hallway. Voices drifted from the living room, not loud, but tense in a way she was not used to. It was James's voice, and Diep's. Nee stood at the corner of the wall, half of her tiny body hidden in the shadow. Her round eyes widened as she listened to the two adults speak with a tone that felt rushed and heavy, though they were only discussing something important. But to a child like Nee, a raised voice simply meant one thing: fighting. She pressed herself against the wall, gripping her doll so tightly her knuckles turned pale. Her lips pressed together, that familiar worried pout only children have, as she tried to swallow the little fear rising inside her chest. She wanted to call for her mother, but did not. She was afraid of making her worried, afraid James would be sad, afraid she would be the reason adults were upset. A few minutes later, when the voices softened, Nee quietly returned to her bed. She lay down, pulled the blanket up to her nose, and stared at the ceiling. Even though she tried to close her eyes, her tiny heart still beat too fast, carrying a worry she was too young to understand. The next morning, with dew still clinging to the grass and sunlight brushing gently across the roof, James stepped into the yard. Before he could say a word, Nee ran out toward him like a small gust of wind. Her uniform skirt was wrinkled, her shoes barely on, but she looked up at him with wide, anxious eyes. "James, did you and Diep fight last night?" The innocent question made James pause for a moment. He looked at the little girl, imagining the fear she had carried alone through the night. Just a small fear, but for a child, it could last forever. He let out a soft laugh and gently ruffled her hair. Fight? No, we did not. He leaned in closer, lowering his voice playfully as if brushing away her worries. You know what? Diep and I even gave each other a little kiss. Nee froze for a second, mouth forming a perfect round shape of surprise before she burst into bright laughter. Her eyes curved into two little crescent moons. Really? Then everything is okay. In an instant, her small sadness vanished, light and easy like the morning breeze. And though he did not say it aloud, James felt his own heart warm at the sight of her smile. The morning buzzed with familiar sounds. Water running, chickens clucking, Diep calling for Nee to fix her shoes properly. When things finally settled and the sun climbed higher, James prepared to leave the farm. Before stepping into his car, he crouched down and gently tucked a stray strand of hair behind Nee's forehead. The gesture was so tender that the little girl froze in place. Tomorrow, he said, his voice warm and sweet. I will come to visit you again. Nee nodded so hard her tiny braids bounced with her. Yes. I will wait for you. Joy lit up her whole face, pure and bright as the morning sun. James saw that, and the smile on his lips softened into something genuine. A few steps away, Diep stood leaning lightly against the doorframe, her hand still holding the cloth she had been using minutes earlier. She did not call out to them. She did not walk closer. She simply watched the gentle moment unfold, like someone quietly witnessing her little family becoming whole again. In her eyes lay something tender. A softness she could not hide. A bit of gratitude. A bit of warmth. And above all, a glimmer of hope she once thought she would never dare to feel again. Her hair swayed gently with the morning breeze. James turned just in time for their eyes to meet. No words were spoken. But the silence between them carried more meaning than any sentence could express. James drove away. Diep watched him go, her gaze lingering, though her expression remained calm and composed. In that quiet moment, her heart opened a small door. Just enough for the light to come in. That morning seemed peaceful, yet each person was carrying quiet changes inside them. Nee was cheerful again after clearing up her misunderstanding. James felt closer to the mother and daughter than ever before. And Diep, for the first time after so many exhausting days, allowed herself to hope for something new. But their journey is far from over. Ahead of them are challenges none of them could foresee. The hidden secrets from James's family past. The fight to reclaim the truth. And the tenderness slowly growing between two hearts that have not yet fully healed. What will happen when James returns to the farm the next day? Will his relationship with Diep take a new step forward? And Nee, will she become the little thread that pulls their hearts closer together? Join me in the next episode to discover the unexpected turns waiting ahead. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment to support the continuation of this story.
Xin chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Hôm nay mình đang video như mọi người đang bây giờ mình chỉ có hoàn thành bước cuối cùng nữa là đăng tải video lên thôi. Cảm ơn mọi người rất là nhiều vì đã đón xem video của mình nha. Hẹn gặp lại mọi người trong những video tiếp theo. Trời ơi, còn hơn cái quạt nó bị quay ra đây vậy trời. Ôi trời.